A storm of steel and shadows consumes the world. Every swing of the sword cuts not just flesh, but the fragile threads of fate itself. In the heart of despair, when betrayal gnaws at the soul, what becomes of a man who refuses to kneel? Will he be broken, or will he rise, bloodied against a world that hungers for his ruin? In a world where fate is a blade that cuts without mercy, trauma lingers like a shadow that never fades. This is the story of struggle and survival, of a man whose every choice is a battle against the darkness within and the cruelty that surrounds him. The night was drenched in blood and fire, the air thick with the screams of the fallen. Guts stood alone amid the wreckage of a battlefield that had swallowed his comrades whole. Every shadow seemed alive, whispering the names of those he could not save. Rage twisted his chest, a living thing that demanded release. But beneath it lingered a hollow ache, fear, grief, and the bitter sting of betrayal. He remembered the moment the brand was seared into his flesh, a mark that would forever chase him. Every step he took from that day was haunted. Every swing of his sword was weighed by the echoes of loss. Around him, monsters roamed, both human and otherworldly, reminding him that the world itself seemed conspiring to break him. Yet he moved against the impossible, against the relentless cruelty of destiny. Guts' his steps never faltered. His greatsword cleaved through darkness and bone alike, each strike a defiance against the weight that sought to crush him. The storm raged, the world bled, and still he fought, not for glory, not for salvation, but simply to refuse surrender. And in that endless struggle, a question lingered. In the shadows, whispered by every scar and every fallen friend, how much of a man's soul can survive when the world itself conspires against him? The battlefield may have ended, but the war within Guts never truly ceases. From his struggle, 3 truths emerge, each carved in blood and shadow. First, survival is not the absence of pain. It is the courage to stand when the world has stripped everything from you. Guts teaches us that resilience is forged not in comfort, but in the furnace of despair, where every wound and every betrayal becomes fuel. Fuel for the fire within. Second, the weight of fate does not break all who bear it. It reveals who they truly are. The brand, the monsters, the endless nights of blood and fire, they are more than curses. They are mirrors, reflecting the raw, unyielding essence of a man who chooses to rise despite every reason to fall. In every swing of his sword, we see defiance, not against enemies alone, but against the very design of destiny itself. Third, trauma and suffering are not mere scars. They are lessons written in the flesh of experience. Guts' journey whispers that pain, when faced and acknowledged, can shape clarity, strength, and purpose. Yet it also asks a haunting question. When the darkness becomes relentless, how much of our soul can we preserve? And more importantly, what will we do with what remains? This analysis is more than Guts' story. It is a reflection of our own battles, our own scars. Every shadow that haunts him echoes within us. Every betrayal, every failure, every fight against an unfair world. And it leaves us with one lingering thought. In the face of endless darkness, will we succumb?
Or will we rise, carrying the weight of our pain as armor, and continue forward? Ask yourself, when the world weighs you down, when betrayal and failure seem endless, do you have the courage to rise again? How many times have your own fears, doubts, or scars tried to chain you, whispering that surrender is easier than struggle? Guts' path is not just his, it is a mirror. His battles against fate and darkness ask us to face our own, to wield our pain, not as a shackle, but as a weapon.
And as you carry your own scars into tomorrow, remember, the shadows are never truly gone, but neither is the strength within. What will you do the next time the darkness comes for you? In the end, the darkness tests us all, but it is in the refusal to yield that true strength is forged. If Guts' struggle resonates with the shadows you face, share your thoughts below and join the fight by subscribing. Because every story of survival deserves a witness. And as one battle ends, another begins. What secrets lie in the heart of destiny?